What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Matt and Ice Show. So glad to have you guys here. Let's jump right into this thing, okay? Because we have a full-blown cover-up of the Epstein files from the Department of Injustice, not justice, injustice. These people are diabolical, okay? And we want to talk a little bit. Let me set this up this way because you have to understand something about MAGA. Once you get into MAGA's world, you become a worse person, okay? You just become a worse person and a worse version of yourself. And I want to play this clip to kind of show you what I'm talking about, how it all starts with the MAGA world. Play the clip, Josh.
All right, don't cross this line. Otherwise, I can't support you. Okay, I can't stay mad at you, but this one for sure. Okay. All right, Mr. President. Okay.
Okay, I'm being a little facetious, but you know I'm telling the truth. I've heard this all my life. Republicans, they stood for justice, law and order, personal responsibility, and oh, yeah. We believe in accountability. We believe in government accountability. And on this Epstein stuff, because I hear it all the time. Like Republicans, oh man, MAGA, they were the main ones talking about this Epstein stuff. And the funny part about it is now we're in a full-blown freaking cover-up, and they want to move on from it. They don't want to talk about the Epstein files because we know that it's the Scooby-Doo files, man. Come on, we know that this is the Scooby-Doo files. We know that Trump is in those files, okay? He is definitely in those files. And some reports say he's been in the files over 1 million times. Let me repeat that again. Donald John Trump, president of the United States, is in the Epstein files over 1 million times. This is what we call the Scooby-Doo files, man. What we talking about here, man? What are we talking about here? And I want to just show you because there's a whole cover-up. And unfortunately, a lot of people, a lot of rich people, they're not going to be held accountable. They're not going to be held accountable for this. Those who participated in Jeffrey Epstein's crimes, they're not going to be held accountable. Not in this lifetime. In the next lifetime, they will be held accountable. Okay? But in this lifetime, looks like they're going to get they're going to get scot-free from this. And a lot of this is because attorney Pam Bondi is covering for these people. The Department of Injustice. Now, I want to play this clip of Pam Bondi. This is the person who is the top law enforcement officer in the United States. And she's covering for these people. This is her back in the day, okay? Before she became Attorney General. This is Pam Bondi. Play the clip, Josh.
Florida ranks third nationally in calls for help for human trafficking, where young women and children are enslaved and abused. I knew we needed all hands on deck. Businesses and hospitals to spot it, our great law enforcement to stop it, and tougher penalties to punish it. We're taking on Medicaid fraud, pill mills, gangs, and more. And I'll fight to put human trafficking monsters where they belong, behind bars.
Pam Bondi, our Attorney General.
The Epstein Island.
Really? Seriously? I mean, what's his name?
Could you please give us your name? Jeffrey Epstein.
That was her back in the day. Now, that's so funny because now she's doing the very things that she says she can't. She went to law school and I'm fighting for the victim. I'm fighting to put bad guys away. But now you're in a position to do that. And you're literally covering up for people who did the unthinkable with children, okay? It is so disgusting. And I can tell American people, you guys are smart, especially people who follow this channel. You guys are really, really smart. You guys have smart comments, really good, thoughtful, thought-provoking conversations. We have a good time in our chat. So feel free to chat on and send a comment in this below on this message here. But Pam Bondi is probably one of the worst. And like I said, we've seen this. We've seen this over and over and over and over again. We've seen this abuse in the Catholic Church. We've seen this abuse in sports. We've seen this abuse at governments at the highest levels. And nobody is held accountable for it. You mean to tell me Jeffrey Epstein was the only person, him and Ghislaine Maxwell, just two people running this whole ring? Come on, man. Come on. So that was Pam Bondi back in the day. This is Pam Bondi today. Play the clip.
Countless times in the documents
how
that
many
have
people were
been released.
assigned?
If I could finish, I'm going to read you the stats.
Okay. All right. So I was being a little facetious there. Like she looked like the crypt keeper on that one. But I don't know. These people are just really bad people. And sometimes it just really boils my blood. Like how people could just justify this stuff and say that you're wrong. And it just couldn't be far from the truth. So that's Pam Bondi back in the day. Now, let's talk about her recent hearing that she had on the Epstein files. And she just dodges everything. This is her MO. And trust me, this is not her doing this by herself. She's being directed by President Donald Trump to say these things. Play the clip.
Please raise your hands if you have still not been able to meet with this Department of Justice. Please note for the record that every single survivor has raised their hand.
Attorney General Bondi, you apologized to the survivors in your opening statement for what they went through at the hands of Jeffrey Epstein. Will you turn to them now and apologize for what your Department of Justice has put them through with the absolutely unacceptable release of the Epstein files and their information?
Congresswoman, you sat before Merrick Garland sat in this chair twice.
Attorney General Bondi,
No, can I finish my answer?
No, I'm going to reclaim my time because I asked you a specific question that I would like you to answer, which is, will you turn to the survivors? This is not about anybody that came before you. It is about you taking responsibility for your Department of Justice and the harm that it has done to the survivors who are standing right behind you and are waiting for you to turn to them and apologize for what your Department of Justice has done.
Members get to ask the questions, the witness get to answer in the way they want to answer. The Attorney General can
that's
respond.
not accurate, Mr. Chairman.
Because she doesn't like the answer.
Time.
So,
Mr. Chairman,
why
I have asked
didn't she ask Merrick Garland this?
I am reclaiming my time, and when I reclaim my time, it is
Mr. Chairman, the gentlelady has
I'm
reclaimed her
not going
time.
to get in the gutter for her theatrics.
Okay. Man, we are in a full-blown cover-up, okay? This is just so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous and disgusting. Like, no accountability. She wouldn't even look at the survivors, okay? She wouldn't even look at them. And that lets you know that, okay, there's some type of guilt conscience there. I don't know if these people have a conscience. Maybe I'm being a little bit too, I don't know, maybe I'm being a little bit too generous. These people seem not to have a conscience, okay? Because we know that there was a lot of victims in this situation. And unfortunately, a lot of people are just going to get away with this. And it's just so sad to hear that and say a lot of rich and powerful men are going to get away with this. Now, I want to play in this final clip here. This is another demonstration from the hearing that happened yesterday. I want to just play this clip because this is very important to call out these people for who they are and what they are. Play the clip, Josh.
Hiding for 4 months from this committee. I understand why you're hiding from us.
Chairman?
You're one of the worst attorney generals in our history and an instrument of Donald Trump's lawless authoritarian agenda. And I'm glad the American people are seeing who you are, how you act, and the lack of good values. You weaponize the Department of Justice to target immigrants, working families, and anyone that Trump deems an enemy of the state, all to protect real powerful criminals, including in your administration. My Democratic colleagues have focused on your cover-up of the Epstein files and your passion for protecting pedophiles and child traffickers. That alone is grounds for impeachment. But there's so much more to your corrupt tenure as Attorney General. You directed prosecutors to investigate elected officials in welcoming jurisdictions, and you got thrown out of court when you sued Chicago, Cook County, and Illinois. You directed prosecutors.
Okay. All right.
You're fired. Get out of here.
Get her out of here. Okay. Get her out of here. And by the way, lock these people up. These are bad people. Just bad people. And again, MAGA, okay? That line, the line that you guys had said, you won't cross this line. We won't cross this line. When it comes to children and protecting our children, that's what really matters to us. But now we have a full-blown cover-up. And your guy, Donald John Trump, President Trump, has been mentioned, referenced in the files over 1 million times. That's not hyperbole. It's not hyperbole. That is a fact. And you guys are just okay with that? Again, I think we're going to have a discussions about in this country. We're going to have a discussion about what this United States or divided states of America is going to look like, because we need to carve this thing up, okay? We need to carve it up. And I think MAGA, y'all should move to the country, the part of the country that you guys are in, red states. Just stay in red states. And if you're a Democrat, just go to the blue states. You're independent, toss up. Be where you want to be. Because this country is divided. And there's no way we can actually fix this, because you have a lot of people who are just fanboys. They're fanboys of the president, his administration. He could do no wrong. And it's just sad, because this should be a nonpartisan issue where we talk about children, protecting our children, and holding people accountable who do harm and do the unthinkable to children. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? But that's it. That's all I have for you guys. Please hit the like button. We're trying to get to 500 subs. So please consider hitting that subscribe button as well. And we will see you guys in the next video.